Welcome back. Now you can see that how Hypervisor type 1 is working in the industry. Here you can see that we have the physical hardware, and on these physical servers we will install the type 1 hypervisor, and this hypervisor is a complete mini type of operating system which have the capability to create the virtual repositories of this physical infrastructure, which include network security, compute, storage, and all the resources related to the physical infrastructure. And for that purpose we have number of vendors. Number one, if we talk about the vendors which are producing type 1 hypervisor, is called VmWare, right? And the second topmost vendor related to the virtualization technology is called Microsoft. And when we go further, we can also find Citrix in that field. And the other important vendor related to the type 1 hypervisor is called Sangfor. So there are other number of vendors which are producing their type 1 hypervisor, but if we discuss about the industry or we discuss about the competitors, they are listed here. So the VmWare hypervisor is generally called ESXI, okay? And when we talk about, and also we have number of versions related to the ESXI, as we have like in when we talk about the Microsoft operating system, we have Windows 7, Windows 8, and upgraded versions related to the client side or related to the server side. In the same manner, when we talk about the type 1 hypervisor, so we have different versions related to the ESXi, and right now in this course we will use the latest version, which is 6.7, but we will also discuss other previous versions, so you can get the whole idea behind the type 1 hypervisor. And when we talk about the Microsoft hypervisor is called Hyper-V. Generally, this Hyper-V is integrated with the server operating system. When you install Server 2012 or Server 2016 or the latest operating system of the Microsoft is called Server 2019. So when you installed all these operating systems have the integrated component which is called Hyper-V, and Hyper-V is the Microsoft hypervisor. And when we talk about the Citrix server, Citrix vendor, their hypervisor is called Xen app or Xen Server. So you can implement the Xen Server for the purpose of virtualization or to create the virtual machines. And when we talk about the HCI, their product is called itself Sangfor HCI. So different vendors have their own applications related to the type 1 hypervisor, but their working process, their standards, their working procedures are same, because industry also standardize this process. So whenever any vendor wants to enter into this industry, they make sure that their hypervisor have all the capabilities which are defined by the top vendors or defined by the industry standards. So let's get the demo of type 1 hypervisor, and we will use VmWare ESXi 7.0 that how can we install this on our physical server or on our or in our demo session. So let's move and get the demo on ESXi 7.0.